Good morning, everyone. My name's Jared Bechtold. I'm with Total Turf Lawn Care in Longmont, Colorado, and wanted to shoot a quick video on how to do a quick drain of your backflow system for a freeze warning or really low temperatures. It's sometimes difficult to get the system blown out by a company or yourself before a major freeze event happens, and so this is just a way to get you through something, a freeze warning or event, and get yourself out of a bad situation. So we are expecting some really low temperatures on Thursday this week. We are usually not concerned about temperatures that are above 25 degrees, 27 degrees, somewhere in there. Usually those temperatures bounce off early in the morning and then come right back up during the day, and we're totally fine. Like this morning it's 39, and this afternoon it's going to be 75. Not concerned about that. What we're concerned about is temperatures that get down to the teens or low 20s and will hang there for several hours. That's when exposed pipes and your backflow unit are in danger of freezing. So we're going to shoot a real quick video here on how to quickly winterize your backflow and the exposed pipes outside. And we're going to start, it'll be 4 steps basically. Our first step here is to close your ball valve or your gate valve, whichever one you have, for your sprinkler system. That's usually teed off of the main line here. This is the main line that runs into the house, and then your sprinkler system tees off here and runs outside to your backflow. For some people it's all the way across the house. It's different ways. This one's actually real close, which is nice, and less water you have to drain out. From here we're going to run upstairs and we're going to show you how to open up the backflow. So we're upstairs at our backflow unit. The backflow is meant to keep water from flowing back into the house or back siphoning into the house when you turn on a faucet or the bathtub. So it's a safety device, which is why we have them. And so very quickly here, what we want to do is open up the valves, these 2 ball valves here, and our 2 test ports, which are on the side. You saw a little water leak out of there. Basically that's all good. Any water we can get out of here is what we want to get. We want to leave these at 45-degree angles to the pipe. If you fully close or leave them fully open, water can get trapped in little chambers back here on either side of this valve, and it can freeze and burst the valve. So 45-degree angles allows the water to move in and out of those as needed. When we drain this system, we are going to drain the water from here back into the house. Our one problem will still be that we will still have water in this line here that runs down into the manifold box. Some people have a drain in their manifold box. This manifold has one, but it's a little difficult to get off. So I'm going to show you another way to get water into the ground. We want water to get into the ground or into the house so that the exposed pipes don't freeze. Underground is insulated, and in a quick low dip in temperature, the pipes underground will be the safest place for that water to be. So we're going to run back downstairs and show you how to drain this line, and then we'll have some tips on how to get it out of this pipe as well. Okay, so we're back downstairs to drain out this line here and pull water from the backflow back into the house. One thing that my lovely videographer told me was that I didn't explain why we leave the test ports opened at a 45-degree angle, and that's so that air can bleed into that system and basically not create a vacuum there where you can't get any water out of this drain. So we open up those test ports to a 45-degree angle so that air can bleed into the backflow and allow water to drain out of this line. So you just want those little screws on the side open to a 45-degree angle. Now we're going to open, there's almost always, or pretty much always, a little drain nipple right here on this line, and it's just after the shutoff point of this ball valve. So we are going to open up this cap, we always get a little bit wet, and this is draining the water from this line, from the backflow, all the way down into the house. While we're letting this drain, I'm gonna talk about a couple of other things you can do to prevent freezing. First thing would be to grab an old towel, an old blanket, an old sleeping bag, whatever you have, and go up to the backflow and wrap that backflow in some kind of insulating material. You can also take a trash bag and put it over the towel or blanket or whatever's on the backflow, just to keep it from getting soaking wet if you're going to get snow or rain or something like that. But that's one thing you can do to help keep anything that's not drained out of that backflow from freezing. The second thing you can and should do, and we'll probably run upstairs real quick and show you how to do this, is to run a manual cycle of your sprinkler system. And that's going to be a good thing to show you, so we're going to go up and do that real quick. So when you have a manifold that doesn't have a good way of draining, or that's really hard to open, one thing you can do is to run a manual cycle of your sprinklers. What's going to happen is the clock is going to electronically open each valve, and that's going to allow any water that's in the manifold to bleed out into the ground, and it'll actually leak out into the lawn, to the lowest head. So it's going to pull water out of the manifold and out of that exposed pipe, out of your backflow, into an underground pipe, which is what we want. So when we do that, we're just going to run a manual cycle here. That says all, and basically I just hit enter, and it's running a manual cycle. So it's going to run all of my zones for as long as I have them set, and that's going to help water just find a way out of the valves and into the ground. I hope this helps give a quick way to get yourself out of a freeze situation. And if you have any questions, email us or comment below and we can answer those. Thanks a lot.